Alright, Stephanie, here we have your 18th scale Ford Interceptor Utility. This is a 18th scale model. Usually most of the models I do are 24 scale. I do some 18th scale, obviously, but when you get an 18th scale out on the workbench, it just seems like you forget how large the model actually is. But anyway, pretty beefy, obviously. But anyway, decal to the Chicago police unit. This is, like I said, with these models, the front door is open. We discussed that the tailgate, or liftgate, I'm sorry, does not open, nor does the hood. So they've kind of cracked down, knocked these down a little bit as far as detail goes. I think most of the customers, or most of us anyway, that are buying the models like this are buying them to basically to add lighting to, or maybe just the decals or whatever. So I think the detail's kind of lost thing anymore. Interior detail maybe, but as far as the engine, the engine of most of these things was just a little thin plastic piece of, or a thin piece of plastic, had a little bit of molded detail to it, and that was about it. But anyway, as far as the model itself, they're not too bad. Like I said, like nice, decent model. As you can see, it's been decaled all the way around, all the proper decaling, non-emergency, emergency numbers on the rear, police numbers. Front and rear license plates as well. I left these spotlights up. I need to clean it a little bit. I left the spotlights up. Most of the pictures I saw of these cars, of course, could have been the same exact unit. Didn't pay that much attention to it, but the lights were up, and they had twin lights on the passengers and the driver's side. So I left those there. Light bars were painted blue, so as you can see, so is this one. I did add the antenna on the rear. The standard antenna that comes on the Explorer. I didn't add any additional antennas. I'll look through some pictures again and see if I can locate any of the Explorers that have the other antennas for the police radios and stuff. I didn't see the pictures I had for the decal guide. I didn't see anything on those, so I'll have to check that out in a little bit and look, and I'll add those in with this. This antenna will not, it's too tall to go in the box. So what I'll do, I'll pull this off. It's just on there with just a little bit of adhesive. Once you get the model back, you can stick that back there. I've got like just a small hole drilled, and that antenna will put a little drip of glue down in there, like an Elmer's or something, and that will go right back down in place. Since this one doesn't have an opening lift gate, you asked me just to cut a hole in the bottom. So what I've done here is cut a hole in the bottom. But anyway, it makes the battery change a lot easier. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Makes the battery change a lot easier, no more than it would have to be changed. You still have to use a screwdriver or something of that nature to kind of get it started, but once you get it out, put my eye out with a screwdriver here. Once you get that out, it's easy enough to just pull out the rest of the way. I say that, of course I can't do it. But anyway, you don't want it just falling out. Like I said, no more often than it'll need to be changed. It's better to be a little bit more difficult to get out than it would be for it just to fall out all the time. So I do have some foam lined in there as well. I will not have the battery connected when I ship it, so it's not in there banging around. That foam should help prevent that far just normal display or whatever, but it's with shipping, and these things can get beat and banged around pretty well. So let's go ahead and turn this on. The main power switch is right here in the passenger side muffler, and the button for the Siren is on the driver's side muffler. Sometimes customers have a hard time finding those, so I try to usually point those out in the video. So let's go ahead and turn it on. With this, you asked for flashing headlights, or we discussed anyway, the flashing headlights. You can see those. Also, you have blue grille strobes, triple strobe wig-wag pattern on those. My camera almost tries to pick those up tonight. It's feeling a little spry. Anyway, flashing headlights, and again, you see the grille strobes there. On the interior, the work light, also added a couple decals to the laptop and to the radio in the dash. You can see that up there. Add a little bit more realism to that, and then a little touch up, a little bit of paint work on the inside with the radio, police radio, and on the steering wheel and dash. Of course, again, you can see your work light in there as well. The blue strobe light bar on the roof. A strobe here on the side mirror, which we discussed. Again, this is a triple strobe. Doesn't look like triple, it looks like a slow flash, but it is a triple strobe. Each time you see it lit up, it actually is a 3-flash strobe. In the rear, you can see you have two red, look at those red LEDs. Two blue LEDs, they're side by side. Also, with a circuit board, that's triple strobes. Each time you see each side go back and forth, those are triple strobe flashes. And simultaneous flash, and then back to the triple strobes. Like I said, it looks like a slow wig-wag, but it's even cooler looking in person. Flashing taillights. And as we continue on around, a blue strobe on this side, again, a triple strobe. It's wired into the circuit board with the LED that's on the driver's side, so same flash setup. That's for your siren. First press of this will take it into a automatic, where it cycles through the sound. Hit that again and lock it to each specific tone. And of course, hit it again, it shuts off completely. Of course, turning the power off, same thing, just press the button, it turns it off completely. All the power. So there you have it. The power does have to be on for the siren to work, so don't be alarmed with that. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. I will put it back in the box and get this shipped out to you as soon as possible. Like I said, thank you for the order, and it's going to make a pretty cool gift, I'm sure. Thank you again.